up a seat to the bar and join us for another episode of McAnally's Pubcast, a podcast exploring the fun and fantastical mind of Jim Butcher's The Dresden Files series. Hosts Tansen, Jess, and Maggie bring you another round of literary analysis on this immense, immersive, and colorful environment inhabited by Harry Dresden, the world's only licensed private investigator and professional wizard. Join an active and engaged community of new and die-hard dedicated fans focused on the fabulous themes, theories, characters, context, lore, and more. This is McAnally's Dresden Files Pubcast, brought to you by Free Flow Rambling. Conjure by it at your own risk. Welcome to the McAnally's Podcast, brought to you by Free Flow Rambling. This is episode 18.16, Pain, where we are covering the novel White Knight. My name is Tansen, and I'm joined by Maggie.
Hello.
And Jess.
Exasperate.
Yeah, what you do daily.
To exasperate someone is to cause them irritation or annoyance, or to make them angry. If you don't know that word by Book 9 of the Dresden Files, I cannot help you. Thank you so much to our Patreon subscribers for your generous support. It's people like you who help us keep doing what we're doing. If you're not yet a Patreon subscriber, sign up today and get a fuck ton of bonus content, kick-ass merch, behind-the-scenes outtakes, and more. Sign up today at patreon.com/freeflowrambling.
Chapter 31. Harry is able to psychically warn Elaine just in time while the Skavis is making its move on her. She is able to defend herself, and the Skavis is subdued by the rest of the group. So Harry begins ignoring things one by one to focus. Mm-hmm. He pictures Elaine, and while I'm reading this, you can visualize me rolling my eyes at the blushing schoolgirl comment.
Oh, yeah, when he first starts picturing. Yeah.
I was like, Bleh.
That kind of reminded me, though, because in the last chapter, or the last episode, I was complaining that Murphy refers to Elaine as his ex, and I'm like, that's so weird, like, the way you're phrasing it. But also, I'm like, who really refers to their middle school, high school boyfriend, girlfriend as, like, your ex?
Like, you hardly have...
I mean, I get you married yours, that's, but...
The rest of us that's a legitimate ex now, because he's a divorced ex.
Exactly, but I'm like, do you really count, like, high school boyfriend, girlfriends as, like, real exes? Like, most of them... I mean, to be fair, these two did do a lot more than probably most middle school, high school boyfriends and girlfriends do. You know, they committed war crimes and had sex with each other, but...
Not until high school. They didn't do that in middle school.
Like, they did commit murders between them, I understand, but...
I was going to say not.
Just even more, I mean, to a certain degree, I get that what Elaine and Harry had was kind of intense at the same time.
Okay,
but was it more than, like, an adult relationship?
Because you were too busy hating on relationships already and just not even starting any.
I just have no respect for it at any age.
But you do. It depends. It depends
you're,
on...
if anything, consistent.
But it just depends on the type of, because, you know, I will say, like, an ex-boyfriend, but more often I suppose I would say, like, the guy who was dating in high school or something. Yeah, not necessarily, but...
Ex feels like a very specific, I don't know.
But yeah.
But then, and then immediately Harry's all like, oh, this blushing little school. I'm like,
The guy dated for like 2 months in grade 10.
I do get to a certain degree what Harry and Elaine had was more than, like 2 months in high school. I get that, but still, it still feels weird to refer to like your childhood relationship on the same scale as like Susan, for example, you know?
This whole preamble, though, like how it just sort of divulges into... This whole preamble where it sort of divulges into a description of all the different types of pain, though, is like an interesting choice on Butcher's part. Like, I mean, it sort of is a nice transition into what's happening with Elaine at the time.
Even more so for me, and also, again, this is now me post-reading 12 months, where this insert here would have worked very well for that book, very hand-in-hand. It also did remind me that, like, Elaine is poised to be the perfect victim for the Skavis, honestly, because like we've said, like Rosie and Nelson, Elaine, even Murphy, like once you get psychic attacked once, you're always a little bit more susceptible to it.
Oh, right. Yeah, because
like,
he does mention earlier on the book is that, she probably had this kind of damage too.
Like you said, Elaine said she's had basically every fear there is possible to have, and that she's mostly worked through that now and is a functioning adult, but still susceptible should it happen again, you know?
Yeah.
So what doesn't kill you doesn't make you stronger in her case.
Yes Yes and no. It depends on, I guess, the sort of way it comes about. In the one hand, she learned from the experience, which could be used to make her stronger. In the other hand, as soon as she's up against a Skavis that manages to slip beneath her defenses.
But she's not expecting one of the women to be...
And I was going to say, it's more so, right, it's kind of a sneak attack, right? Had you been like, hey, Elaine, we're going to walk into a room of white court vamp, she might have been like, ooh, get the mental defenses up, right?
Yeah, you would have...
But one of the flock that she's protecting was not where she was expecting
and
it
she's
to come
already
from.
lost a few numbers, so she's like, it's a natural thing for her to be like,
already,
oh fuck.
Well, and again, right, she's still, she's not hard-boiled as Harry is,
as you've
right?
pointed out, she's already like a little bit everywhere. She's like, one minute I'm with you, the next time I'm accusing you, and like emotions are varied.
Yeah,
out of her depth also, but...
Yeah, and she's still, like you say, learning this whole PI gig, this protecting people, this her being responsible for them, right? So, yeah, she does have, I think, just the natural...
Yeah, on the one hand, I could see her being paranoid where she is kind of like always mental defenses up. On the other hand, you can't be wasting magic like that for no reason because it drains on you quickly. So, yeah. Point is that in this one and only single aspect, it's fair, Elaine. I'll give you this one, okay? That wasn't fair to you.
Oh, my God. I didn't think that. Wow.
Only because Justin already broke you.
So her as a character is fine. It's just her use in as for
No.
Butcher.
Her as a character is the worst part about the whole series. Genuinely, her...
I tried to give her some benefit of the doubt.
No.
Yeah, you should just you should just let it lie. We're on a high note.
I don't want to beat a dead horse. I just don't see why she matters. She's not relevant or necessary. But I have more to say about it at the end of the chapter.
Well, but even this, and I mean, kind of skip past some of this because we can come back to the painting more. But like you say, as he goes through all of this and is explaining some of hers, and that's one of the things he says, he's like, she always depended on people. And she's like, me and Justin were always there. And then Justin wasn't there. And he's like, I'd given my love to someone else. And again, that to me, I was like, I'm like 16, Harry.
Yeah, what did she expect her to come back
Very
and be like, I'm going to get my boyfriend back?
I mean, you joke at me, fine. I married a high school boyfriend. I did not marry my first high school boyfriend or my only high school boyfriend. I mean, things like that, right? It's like, yes, most of, and again, mitigating certain, you guys had a whole different whatever. But again, it's just kind of the way he says that. It's like 10 years later, she came back and I'd given my love to someone else. Well, I would hope so. Honestly, I would have
You didn't wait for me after you thought I was presumed dead?
this would have spoken more to Elaine's emotional trauma and screwed up psyche, if
she spent the whole time pining after him, like, I gotta get him back, I gotta get him back.
Yeah, she expected him.
And then she showed up and tried to kill him.
Right, but I mean, anybody at that, like you say,
yeah, that is seriously Dateline story, right? Like, he thought I was dead, and when I came back, he was already with someone else, so I killed him.
yeah, right. He had it coming.
Just couldn't hold his arsenic.
He walked into my... What is it?
He walked into my knife.
Wonder Woman?
He walked into my knife 10 times.
Right, but I was going to make a joke about it being her Wonder Woman.
Oh, Lariat. her thorn wand.
Yeah.
It'd be really funny, though, for somebody with a hit on Harry that wanted to do it subtle, and you show up and you're like, wait a second, there's already a demon in there? Wait a second, he's already made a deal with this other demon over here? Wait a second, yeah, like, there's no room for me. How am I going to poison this guy? He's already got 11 poisons in him. That's not fair.
Right?
This guy's Rasputin, man.
Yeah. Blah, 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 moving on.
But yes, he does get very all poetical, and it is kind of an interesting, because again, thinking about it, he goes through it, I'm like, I don't know if I could, I mean, again, that's the whole point of the authorship and all that kind of stuff, right? But I'm like, if you think about somebody you knew then, I'm like, I don't know if I could layer on the way, right? Like, he makes very, taxes and the price of gas, which is very relevant now.
I'll admit, some of those were too mundane for the situation. I was like, let's not maybe compare it to...
Oh, yes and no, but it's just at the same time, I'm like, I don't know if I could physically imagine that, aging someone in that. But again, I am not a wizard who has to practice all of your spells and training in. But yeah, it's just kind of funny. I'm like, it works great descriptively and poetically and to evoke emotions. But yeah, there's also a part that I was just like, I don't know, this is weird. I don't think I could take that. Especially because I'm like, you have seen her, not a lot, but you've seen her for like, a few days, whatever now. You saw her a few years ago. You did get to see that woman. So I'm like, I get it's just kind of funny in some ways. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I could take like, my best friend from like 13 or 16 or 5 and then be like, this is exactly what they're going to be like as a 40-year-old woman or a 30-year-old woman with all the cares of.
Yeah, Agatha and I often laugh at our recollections of one another in grade 6.
Yeah, right. But yeah, if you didn't know each other now, like, and you were like, pick somebody else from grade 6 that you haven't kept in touch with. You know what I mean? Could you be like,
they're all dead to me?
Yeah. But it's just funny. I was just like, but yeah.
So in all of Harry's speak of all of this pain and stuff, and he talks about true name allowing you to basically spy on somebody's thoughts, because once he starts, he uses her full complete name and can hear her what she's thinking. Which is kind of like this little, like, is this just because it's her and they practiced this, or is this like...
Yes, because that's it. They have this
small,
communication
slippery
spell.
slope between, like, this is why he's so protective of giving his full name out.
Well, both. So on the one hand, yeah, he specifically prefaces this by saying he uses the old communication spell. Because Elaine used it a couple chapters back to, slap him on the wrist or whatever, right? And he forgot about that. So that is specifically, they have a spell that they developed to telepathically communicate with each other. So if he walked in here right now, I don't think he's going to jump in and start reading your thoughts or... Now, again, that's where the black magic and stuff comes in, because obviously that is part of like influencing somebody else's, but that's the whole thing. Here, I think it's crucial that there is an amount of permission given, because he's not. And secondly,
that's the part that I wondered, because it was just like, well, if all it takes is their full true name.
Dude, Harry's job would be fucking easy as pie.
Technically, he's been able to use like Little Chicago to psychically spy on people.
Kind of, but again,
it's been a little bit more complicated than that. But
yeah, again, they were having an out loud conversation that he was same thing as us planting hyperbolic microphone thingy, right? Yeah.
Either way, Elaine, when he starts hearing her thoughts, is really in this despair and dark and like he keeps trying to catch her attention, and she's just like, failed everybody, just let it all end.
Yeah. But to double back on that a little bit is that, yes, you were bringing up the true name, and that is part of why he guards his so closely, because it might not grant you like automatic access into, but
anyone that's
it grants
considerable more power than Harry does.
Exactly. Harry could do it too, but like you say, if he wants to put a whammy on someone or wants to bind you in a magic circle or any of those kinds of things that do not necessarily
then
cross...
Then it's a party.
You don't necessarily need to cross into black magic, but that's exactly, it's giving you the key. So yeah, if you, like Molly did straight up black magic to alter, if she had like Nelson's and Rosie's full true names and knew how to use them, it could have been so much easier, say, or whatever, if not. But anyways, yeah. So, and I just realized too, because when he's calling out her name, right, and as I always do, I look at it, so her initials are like ELM, right? They spell like Elm. And it's funny because he's like, this is Harry Blackstone Copperfield, right? And I was like, oh, his are like BCD, right? But it's funny, if you take his first name and you like are, nice and English and like to drop your H's, then really he could be like ABCD. Harry Blackstone.
I was just thinking that when he like commands Elaine, Lillian, Mallory, it felt very like Gandalf, like
very.
Oh, hear me! There's a couple
so
moments
crazy.
in this chapter that make me think,
yes,
Lord of the Rings, like right there.
Very much. Again, playing into the good old wizardy stereotype. I mean, they're stereotypes for a reason. Give the people what they, But yeah, exactly. Harry has his moments where he's like, this is how they became. You just got to give the old...
I do have to laugh, though, when he's finally like, it's Priscilla! And there's like this, what the hell?
It isn't, yeah.
Who the fuck is there, too?
Right? All of a sudden, yeah, exactly. She's like, wait, how many...
This is supposed to be a protected line.
This is my trick, bitch.
Welcome to the party line of the 1800s. Anyone just pick up your phone and join in. Yeah, no, exactly. But yeah, it's done fairly well, I think, where, again, valid things, right? Like, who's I to think I could help them? And, they trusted me and I know what I'm doing and I failed at everything, and
it's legitimately a super sneak attack that preys upon what she's already feeling.
From that outside view, you can be like, oh, come on, this is ridiculous. But again, your inside thoughts do that all the time. Why are you laughing at me?
No, I have if I didn't know Skavis was there and Harry's just like, I'm reading her thoughts, I'd be like, yeah, she should be thinking this.
Okay.
Makes perfect sense. She did fail and she did let all those people die.
There's like one person that's died on her watch, okay?
Shades of Jess.
Now, let's be fair. Harry, once he decided to put himself into this mess too, he also let some die. Well, just Anna, but
yeah, that's the only one she's lost
under his watch.
Under her watch. Other than the ones that went missing.
I meant under Harry's watch, though.
Yeah, I know, but you're saying Elaine killed a few people, and I was like, no, Anna's the only person under her watch that died. So they both only lost Anna.
Well, we don't know that. Maybe they had more friends before this.
Well, he does, it's
Not
like
they
somebody
brought her
doing an
in,
Yes,
impersonation.
okay, they lost
like-
Olivia and they let Anna
Anyways,
die.
my
Whatever.
point was just that, again, when we hear other people saying, like, I'm so worthless and I'm so horrible, and we're like, oh my gosh, you're being so dramatic, you're right. But at the same time, when it's you in your own head, you do believe that, you do think everything is the absolute worst. So I was like, I don't know, it's barely right. From Elaine's point of view.
Do we have to have a conversation about self-esteem?
You bring this up now?
Just teasing.
15 years later, have you met me?
Seriously, though, I don't like how Murphy's, like, slapping him and like, screaming in his face, like, hey, we're smack. But, like, he's straight up said, I'm gonna do a psychic connection now, and like, he's meditating, he's in the zone, he's doing this thing, and Murphy's, like, fucking shaking him, like, we're here, like, bitch, you don't know what the fuck he's up against right now.
That's my only
What are you doing?
That is right. So
I mean, I suppose if they've been sitting in the parking lot for a minute or two and she's just finally like, fuck this.
I get, but still,
I get it,
like, he
'cause Harry's-
said what he was gonna do. It's not like he fell into a coma and you're freaking out.
I was gonna say, like, she hasn't done a few things, like the whole Walmart thing, which was her first lunge into the deep end, where Harry's like, yeah, don't bump my elbow or it'll blow us up. Don't stick your pinky finger outside of this circle or it'll get us, right? And now she's like,
yeah, literally.
like, exactly, right? Like, she's worked around him enough now that it's just, and I mean, I do get, because you're right, the saving grace is that Harry did say, the Skavis is there, is gonna attack, Elaine and then everybody else.
Let's get to it.
So I get that's why they've gone screaming there. Now that they're there, I get also like, okay, stop doing the psychic thing, come do. But exactly.
I also think I
at the same time,
appreciate
I'm
the comedy of the moment too, which is just
well,
like,
it is, and thanks.
smack. Oh, we're here.
But again, she's just lucky that it was comedy because it could have been tragedy, like you said, right? All the
Exactly.
times Harry's warned her not to do shit, and she's like,
Seems
I'm
so-
just gonna whack you out of this spell.
That's why
that
it
you're
just seems like so crazy
I
for
know,
Murphy. I'm like,
I
can you
know.
relax?
I don't know. Maybe Molly was like, yeah, no, you're cool now.
You're
Just
cool.
do it.
Whatever. I'm not gonna hit him, but if you want to hit him,
Do it.
Yeah. Molly's like,
He's been a dick. Come
yeah,
on, do it.
honestly, Molly probably was like, Molly probably said, she's like, this is for you, Molly.
I know. Yeah, he's like, I know everything about magic now. Like,
That is safe,
Harry's
whatever.
just holding me back because he's a big old meanie, but it's fine, Lieutenant or Sergeant Murphy. Just go ahead. It's cool.
In a very Harry sort of a vein, Elaine whoops Priscilla straight out of the whole entire hotel room, like just
Quickly,
boom.
though, like, Elaine must have immediately shot out of that bathtub. Like, not a second's hesitation.
Right. Well, and that is the kind of like the cool thing about it because he hasn't just gotten. He connected with her, but he has just gotten through to her, right? He basically just is like, Elaine, hello, you're under attack. And she basically just gone, what? When Murphy smacks him out of it, right?
It's whip smart fast. Like,
And-
yeah, you're right. Like, jumps up because she like does the magic whammy, and then she immediately makes a quick tourniquet.
Yeah. Which, out of a chunk of change, I mean, I got, it's a thing right
just
there.
pressure,
but I'm
like,
like,
that's
how
all
the-
you need,
Yeah,
like-
I know, but I'm like, how that, you can't tie that. If there was even like a thin chain, she's like
magic.
Magic. I tell you.
She
but
may have actually
she's-
bespelled it to be part like emergency if she
maybe,
needs it.
I don't know, but I was like, she got like the little carabiner S clip or something, so it just like wraps it around and then like hooks it.
She
so
uses it a
doesn't-
belt. It
There
probably
were
has
other
something.
people in the room. She might have just been like, quick, tie it off, quick.
No, not where she was. She was alone. That's how she was getting
yeah.
away. Yeah. Abby and Olivia are just sitting there going, "Wow, Elaine's still in the bathroom slashing her wrist."
That is kind of what it was.
Why are you joining her in the bath?
No, the way that I imagined it in my mind, Abby and and Olivia or whatever, whoever's there.
All of them.
Are in the hotel room, like, cowering in fear while the Skavis is like, fucking kill yourself, fucking kill yourself, fucking kill yourself, and Elaine's in the bathroom slitting her wrist.
Yeah, no, they still have the 2 separate rooms, so
Fair
he
enough.
has
Yeah, I guess the rooms is
literally
plural at this point. So.
Yeah, literally isolated her from the. But she was safe for her. Abby and Olivia just fucking sitting there, smoking cigarettes, playing cards. Man, she's been there like a long time.
As soon as she found out she wasn't going to get paid for the job,
It's not the first time they've overlooked shit. Come on.
just gave up right away.
So Abby with her like 2 or 3 seconds of what did she think? Like, she just
Yeah, she did not come to protect Priscilla.
No, I bet you she already had the chain in waiting then.
No.
Oh, yeah, she had the tourniquet ready to go. Tie it on.
Got it. Just in case she comes out, I'll be ready.
We have an answer. She's fine. Why are you getting the chain? You'll see. Duck.
I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, Abby. I'm going to say since you were in a room with like half a dozen other women and kids and that you just had so much going on, you didn't pluck those out. I don't know.
That'd be so fucking stupid. Like, yeah, you could be seeing 3 seconds in the future of like your supposed friend being blasted out to a hotel room, but instead you're seeing 3 seconds in the future when a kid like tells a stupid joke.
Yeah, exactly.
And now it's not even funny because you already heard the joke.
No, it's not.
And that's why you're a have-not. So this next scene with Elaine really does. This is my next big Lord of the Rings reference for me, where she was quite dry. Her hair floated out and around her head, crackling with little flashes of static electricity as she moved. Which I think of Galadriel when she's like,
yes.
You could have a dark and powerful dark queen.
I have seen all the movies in their entirety. Yep.
I even have a GIF in my notes.
Imagine the girl in the fireplace.
No, I get it. I don't need to.
Doctor
I can
Who, she
imagine
looks like that.
Because I get it. She zapped so much electrical energy that she like stuck her hands on a static ball, and she's all like, ooh. Yeah, no, I
fucking understand science, okay? You don't have to explain it,
yeah,
okay? I don't want you to
can I
reference pop culture in this podcast anymore, where all we do is reference pop culture.
But then we'd have nothing to post. What would you do with the social media? Next episode is coming.
Just blank. Yeah, just a blank screen.
We laughed a lot.
No. Is this the Skavis with the other side of the White Court, or is this like purely for Harry's benefit? Because Jiz, of course, because when he first connects, he's like, she's in. So this is, first of all, the interesting thing is that he connects with her, and he's not seeing from like her, maybe he's seeing from her point of view, but he sees like the room around her. So it feels like third person. She's sitting in the tub naked. Right there again. Here, I'm like, I don't know, Priscilla, you're about to kill yourself. Do you really need to? You can sit in the bathtub fully clothed. And so is this just like the Skavis being even more pervy? Or is this just Harry for the sake of Harry that we get to see Elaine naked in a bathtub?
Probably naked in the bathtub because that's like
Because
any opportunity to describe a naked woman's body.
Right.
Or just a woman's body.
A woman's body. But that's okay. She's now wrapped
Yeah.
the shower curtain around her, which is
She has a very impressive moment
because we all
of
know-
like pull this together
Yeah.
and boom. Holy fuck.
And it's nice because Harry said before, she can't, necessarily hit as hard as, but she is not powerless. She is a heavy hitter. She is White Council material.
Well, Harry said that she was on par with him, more or less, in power. Like, if he's like the 10th powerful one in the wizard, he thinks she's like number 11 or 12 or something.
And
like
she's
that.
got the advantage of finesse that he doesn't.
No, I was going to say, he always says he has like the big raw.
He'd
brute
probably try the
strength.
whole thing and the entire hotel would be on.
But exactly right. Not to forget that even though Elaine is having some self-esteem issues.
Well, and she's bleeding out. She probably is feeling very weak. Not only does she do it once, but she does it twice before she actually.
That
is impressive.
And again, like Harry has brought up, anger is a powerful motivator, anger, emotions, right? And when she suddenly realizes that this is what, she manages to pull, like you
Who's
say,
useless now, bitch?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 points here. Murphy's saying, well, fuck that. They can watch me through a hospital full of cops. I'm like, yeah, well, they did before and killed everyone. First of all, you're not going that crazy, okay? I don't know if you remember even Full Moon with the police department. You guys are fodder, but thanks for the commitment.
Yeah.
But secondly, when she's all, damn it, every time I come to Chicago, I've got to get rescued. And I'm like, okay, I get, fine, okay, embarrassing, hell, whatever. I'm like, to be fair, in most of Harry's fight, he actually does bring backup. You keep doing it alone, you idiot. Like, Harry actually does bring
Right.
people
When
with him
it comes
almost
to
always.
He's been slowly developing his team.
Yeah.
When it comes to the big push, when he gets...
If he knows the fight is coming, he brings people
Which,
with him.
again, she didn't in this, but exactly. But yes, that's the other
Just
thing.
learn how to make a friend,
That's
Elaine.
the other thing she has to learn is...
She's still too damaged yet. She's getting there.
Yeah, Harry got his ass kicked all through Stormfront and Full Moon. He went, all right, enough of this. He kicks his shit. So it's funny because she blasts out the front wall.
It wasn't me who took out the building this time. Yay.
It wasn't me. You saw that, right, Murphy? Murphy, you have witnesses. It was not me.
Well, the fact that both Harry and Murphy being both what they've been through of all the shit that both of them are like, ooh.
Yeah.
This is like, to me, that was like to sort of give a perspective of how impressive it was, where both of them stop and go, oh, okay, all right.
She got the, I think I got through. Yeah, but because in all fair, Murphy hasn't seen a lot of other practice. She's seen a couple like black, Kravos and stuff like that now.
But she's seen Harry blow the shit up.
Yes and no. She has witnessed some, but there's also a lot of Harry's most spectacular stuff that Murphy is not there to.
She's missed
I
out
think
flaming
Arctis
poo.
Tor was pretty fucking badass display of power.
That was pretty good too, but she was blocking the doorway the whole time.
Fuck Murphy.
She wasn't up. That's
That's
exactly what I'm
so
talking.
funny though. It's just like he's like, "Do you see that?" She's like, "No, sorry." She's just like a skeptic the whole time. He's like, "Did you see that?" She's like, "Oh, I was looking at the other way."
But
sorry.
this is true because Murphy has either been like taken, so like with Kravos specifically, right? It was like, okay, that he put her in a coma to put her out of reach of, right? So she wasn't there for the grand
There's
finale.
that time she was in Hawaii for the
There's
whole
that
thing.
time she was in Hawaii for a whole zombie apocalypse that she didn't get to participate in.
She wasn't
Arctis
like the
Tor, like,
blowing
yeah,
up
she
of,
was-
of Red Vampire.
Yeah, she didn't come to the party, so she didn't witness any of
didn't
that.
see that.
She didn't come to, right?
Full Moon, she was there for all of that, but that was mostly the werewolf, not Harry, doing it.
And it was just like, he just throws like.
I was gonna say the main part she was there was exactly him spinning
is
the
just a-
amulet, not all.
Wow, you threw a necklace.
Oh, he's a wizard, guys.
Glowing necklace, yeah.
So yeah, it's almost like
It's so funny.
It's like
I guess the bar is considerably lower.
Most powerful
for Murphy.
wizard, and we're supposed to be afraid of you
It's
guys.
like,
Okay,
yeah,
sure, whatever.
Yeah, Harry is just like her Snuffleupagus. Like he's just never. Like I swear it was here. I did it. Murphy's like, I don't know, man. All I saw was Rudolph and a Snoopy doll.
That is what she very much is in the book. She's like, all I saw was you committing 4 federal crimes, 2 misdemeanors.
And jaywalking. You even fucking jaywalk, Harry. Right in front of me.
Yeah, even when they were doing the assault on like the Black Court and in Cabrini Green, all he has really is like
A water gun.
No. It was a paintball gun.
Fair. He let off the cameras. Sure, there was nothing to see with that, but
That's just too good. This is just.
yeah, Harry, sometimes you kill my computer.
Well, you know what? My daughter used to do that on a regular basis, so
mostly
unless
annoying.
Jess is an actual wizard, then I think there's something else at play here. And my dad.
Yeah, I couldn't keep that secret, you'd know. I would have blown up a lot more shit by now.
So at this point, Elaine has run out of juice, so Harry and Murphy grab her just as she's taking a fall, and Harry tries to take her to the car while Murph heads to the hotel to check on the others.
Yeah, so Murphy's, she's on the phone. She's calling ambulances for Elaine. She's calling cops to keep an eye on Elaine. She's drone up to Jen. Murphy's like, yeah, I got this crisis mode. This is what I do. This is perfect cop shit. This is...
And the Skavis rises.
But this is pretty good, right? I mean, like, she's, right, her shoulders all sing. She's, like, burned the hair off within, like, 2 to 3 inches of his, right? So poor Priscilla, who apparently was none too pretty a woman to begin with, Harry.
So rude.
Judgmental. Just because she's not sitting naked in the bathtub for you.
We don't body shame Harry.
That's right. Now,
And then
very
mouse
evidently,
coming out a window.
Yeah, like
Flying
it's like you can't
canine.
even wait for the door to get. So once again, I love you, Mouse. You are awesome. Again, going back to like the whole, I get he's guarding and protecting, but he doesn't feel all this malevolence coming from the floor below
his priority is Harry, not the actual women.
But
He's like, now that my owner's in danger, sorry, I gotta go.
Well, he's been left to protect them all, so I get he's guarding the rest of them. But again, it's almost that little
in this case,
because that was apparently how the Skavis got by all night, because he hadn't been using any of his power. Otherwise, Mouse should have been on that to begin with, right?
So we're like somehow getting to Elaine so subtly.
Right, that all of it, yeah.
Well, I think in this case,
if he must be with Abby in the other hotel.
He is, but that's what I mean. Is it says they're upstairs and they're downstairs. But if the vamp's suddenly pumping out all this power, Elaine's on the ground floor, Mouse comes leaping out. But yes, yeah, exactly. That it's. And maybe so I think apparently Mouse is kind of like with Jess. He's like, no, it's like I like Murphy better. I don't know about this Elaine chick. She's kind of.
I think Butcher at that point just had too much going on. There's just too many things happening. He's like, I gotta delay the dog because I gotta type out the shower curtain scene first.
Yeah, like exactly. But it's just like again, we're gonna hope that
But there's also Murphy's trying to fire a gun, so that's enough for him to be like, oh, there's actually
maybe
loud danger, bam, bam, bam. But she's also missing a few times, which she's like a sharpshooter. Like she only hits him like once.
Well, Harry says like in a couple of books back, he's like, even incredibly good shooters don't hit every time because it's hard as fuck to get that shot. He's like, so even though, and I mean, same with his fencing comment. He's like, I'm not that good at fencing, but at least I'm more trained than like 99.9% of the earth, you know? Murphy is probably a better shot than most people in Chicago. However, guns themselves are, fickle creatures, I guess.
I'm willing to think that it's the gunfire that draws his attention away from the women, at least. And
Mouse, you suck your job then. Either way, Mouse fucking devours the Skavis.
Mouse comes out, so does Thomas. Everybody's screaming weirdly.
Which is, again, where the fuck were you, Thomas? You're also just, like, hanging back, like, la, la,
He
la,
had to
la,
go
la.
sleep. He was tired and exhausted from
all this shit is
he
going
needed to go to sleep.
Thomas, though, was gone. I think that was the whole point, is that's why they left.
This is what I'm saying. Jim Butcher had so much going on. He's like, yeah. Thomas and Mouse will show up. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
I assumed he was busy with a Happy Meal.
Yes, yeah. Thomas left the hotel because everything was under control. He's like, I gotta go leave and go eat.
I gotta go down on 3rd Ave.
So, yes, exactly. He was legitimately gone. Mouse, I'm like a little bit like, I don't know. I'm just gonna say that you were holding, exactly. You're like, Harry said to stay here and guard him. I'm going to stay here and guard him. He's on the ground floor. But yeah.
On the ground floor.
Boom. But I get this. It's just weird to me when he says it. So Molly's doing her bit. Molly is freaked out, but she sees the guy getting up. So she honks the horn and Harry. And it's just like, I don't know. I think if I had the monster coming at me, like, I don't know. I think I would put Elaine back down. I don't think I'd be like, oh, let me run to the car and get the door open and put her in the car. Like, that all feels way... As somebody who's carried, like, kids out to cars and things, I'm thinking a grown woman is even more... Mouse is not yet barged out. Thomas is not yet shown
we're backing up. Okay.
Yes, that's what I said. I said, Molly is watching, sees the Skavis start getting... So Harry, yes, because Elaine almost fainted. So Harry and Murph help her to the ground. And then Murphy goes off, and Harry picks her up to take her, because, like, we got to get you to a hospital. And that's when Molly is like, hey, Harry, honk, honk, honk.
Skavis is back up.
And
Holly Molly,
Holly honking Harry. Yeah, and instead of, I just feel like if all of a sudden the thing was coming charging at me again, I would just punk Elaine back down on the ground, throw out my shield or something, or take an offensive. But he's like, let me run the last 10 feet, open the door, put her in the car, and now I'm going to, like, this is like a Hercules moment. Let me just put my ring on for 10 minutes and let it go all his gluey words.
I can do it all. Lash, stop the clock.
Because, yeah, at that point, basically, he's more reliant on Mouse, and now Tom is coming in. Because if he'd had that one more... I'm like, you had that one more second, Harry. Put Elaine back down, and like I say, even just bringing up your shield or something might have bought you, but you're like, oh, let me just run over here.
I haven't saved a damsel in at least 4 chapters, and I'm not going to go a second longer with
Murphy never lets me save her.
He's relying on his team.
Murphy never lets me save her. I'm taking the damn damsel.
So, like you're saying, that Mouse is, having a meal, and...
And poor Molly.
Yeah, no
bombs again.
I know, me too.
But right, even though he's like, I can tell, like, right, they were right down in front of the car. So he's like, there's no way she could see past the hood of the car. But she's like, eyes locked, like she knows what's there.
She
and
is
what's
definitely disturbed by it.
Yeah. So needless to say, after a moment, Molly is, which I get it. for all that I can do it, Harry. I've seen this shit. I can be right. Yeah, this kind of visceral. Yeah.
Not expecting the friendly dog that you like to go.
Right. Poor, sweet, genteel.
Yeah. So Murphy does let them know the emergency response team is going to be there, albeit on the slow side because they're in an area that just doesn't get response.
I'm gonna skip the Thomas and Harry moment for a second to continue on the Murphy beat. This is, to me, so strange because, again, it's just sort of, literary device to get Murphy gone and out of here now. Butcher doesn't need her anymore, so he's going to send her away to go deal with this. But it's just so funny because I'm like, she's on vacation right now. She doesn't have to go handle anything. And I get, okay, fine, she's being a responsible adult. She's like, I have to be there for my team. I got to step up. I got to get involved because I was here for this, whatever. Yeah. But still, there's been so many times where I'm like, Murphy, you should have gone back to the police precinct.
I was
just
say,
hanging out with Harry, following on this crime.
Stalling showed up. Be like, this is your crime.
I think the mass amount of property damage at this point, and then somebody has to go to a hospital is really that.
She's still on vacation, and even past that, it's just
Dresden's
there's been infinite reasons for her in the past to shirk her police duties for a moment to continue to be by Harry's side and help him. Yeah. But now Butcher doesn't need her, so he's like, now Murphy, step up, go be a cop. It's just funny to me because there's so many countless positions in the past. Most prominently Arctis Tor, when she really should not have stepped away, and she's like, you need me, Harry. This one, maybe, yes,
which in all fairness, she wasn't counting on the time dilation
fair
thing.
Enough, but still.
However, yes, she still was for an hour a day. She was
other moments outside of that too, where she's just chosen to follow after Harry in his steps because that's the most important thing. And right now she's like, okay, well, you killed the Skavis. What more can happen?
And yeah, it's touching where he's like, oh, all the SI cops, she might not be in charge anymore, but they don't care. They still see her. Right, but exactly. But it's but Stallings is the one in charge right now, so he should have shown up as
easily handed this off.
We know Rollins. You mentioned Rollins exactly. You could have been like, okay, here's what's going on. You make up the right example, just because you're But Murphy's like, no. I'm gonna. I still Stallings just isn't good at coming up with the fiction yet. I think my story's better, so I'm just gonna.
Such a control freak.
Maybe that's Murphy. Murphy's like, actually, I'm really fucking tired. I don't want to do the rest of it. Harry, I'm just going to the hospital. I would stay with you, buddy, but I really gotta, I'm the hands-on first-person witness. I gotta,
Well, and finally at this point, Harry gets to call Thomas on the, how did Laura convince you to shut your mouth?
They haven't had a chance to talk.
Yeah, and then he just sort of, hypothetically, Justine was in trouble. But at the same time, how he so freely gives up of all of the rest of the stuff. Why even bother with the game in the first place?
It is
a weird way because
the letter of the law, not the spirit. If they were all meeting tomorrow, I couldn't tell you that.
He just needs Harry to ask the right question to spill the beans. It's just it's a little bit weird because he does give away so much. You'd think he'd make Harry ask a little bit more.
It's why I even put anything in a hypothetical circumstance after that point is just still okay, come on, guy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, a little bit like Lily. It's we're talking about history now.
Yeah,
we don't have to.
For Harry specifically, keeping your word, if you put your power on that, Harry might have to keep up the hypothetical talk. But I don't think the vampires have the same thing. You do have to do your duty to your king and or de facto queen. But not compelled in the same way. Fuck
it's
it, whatever.
White court.
The whole point is to lie and deceive each other.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They already, right, when Harry figured this out 2 chapters ago, whenever he realized it was Thomas, that was the whole point. We're Thomas
is playing the game. I get that, but right now spilling the beans so easily is
yeah, but that's the same thing with Laura. She's Laura knew he was gonna
spill the beans to Harry.
They just have to set it up in a way that there's that deniable plausibility.
Sure, whatever.
So they've had that. So Thomas can say, I didn't tell them that you had a meeting.
Yeah, I said that there was no meeting happening the day after tomorrow.
Exactly, right? I do get what you're saying, but I was I think it's just enough within those lines that, again, if Harry's not smart enough to, you say, figure out the right question to ask or read between the lines.
These brothers are exasperating.
Either way, Harry does get the more hypothetical information that the White Court is happening the day after tomorrow, the summit.
I straight up almost said wouldn't know. I have a brother.
He's only half. It barely counts. He lives another province away. It's
less exasperating when they're 8 hours away.
That's right.
So Harry asks Thomas if he would kindly give Laura a message.
But I think that's part of it too. Is right there is that it's playing the game, and now that there's all like cats pause as soon as you're cut. So I think that's it too. Now that it is,
that's especially like can you give Laura a message? So now you're not even gonna try to pretend like you don't know.
No, but that's
all right. But now that I've gotten in the right way,
but I think that's what I mean, right? It's like once you've broken it open, you're like, okay, they're not gonna.
They're all still technically using white court.
It's like
protocol.
18 levels of poker, and you have to do 14 fucking tasks before you're allowed to.
Yeah, but that's what I mean is that once you know what it is, right? They don't keep pretending when everybody knows. It's like we're trying to keep you from getting there, but once it's obvious, then you're like, okay, yeah, then you can just point to the elephant in the room and be like, you don't have to pretend it's not there anymore. So he's like, okay, I figured it out now.
This concludes our episode 18.16, Pain
With
love. Thank you. Thank you for listening. You can find us online at freeflowrambling.com and McAnallys.ca. There we have links to our other podcasts, social media, and other fun tidbits. Please subscribe if you like what you're hearing, and please consider supporting us through Patreon to keep the magic alive and see more content. We are Free Flow Rambling. Conjure by it at your own risk.